Hey guys, this is Vanmoof S3 BUTIM Shifter. So that's kind of like it was 3D printed. And now I'm going to show you how to assemble it. So this shifter was printed like a year ago. After 1 year of usage, we can see what happened to the shifter like after 1 year of the usage. But also I'm going to show how to adjust and assemble this shifter. So I already unscrewed like those 3 screws, and before opening the so basically when you switch the gear, it shows one position from the first, the second, third, and fourth. So that dot, as I mentioned before, it's a position of the current gear. So okay, now let's open and see what's inside. Okay, here's like okay, this is disconnected. Okay, we can see actually there is some rust on the spring. Probably the water got inside because the bike was parked outside and it was raining. Yeah, the whole shifter was printed on PLA. I believe it was like 75-80% infill, and only this one I print on PTG, like 75% or 80% also infill. So that part is it should be very rigid, because that's where like all the pressure goes. So the rope connects here, and it rotates the gears. So now how to like assemble the whole shifter. I'm going to remove the spring. So first of all, like you just install, you need to put the like silicone grease, obviously, like just to make sure that it like moves smoothly. So then you insert this part and that gear. So now you need to look for the dot. So for the dot here. So yeah, you move all the way the rack on the right side, and just position the dot on to the first gear. So, and now you need to rotate and just make sure that this dot comes like in parallel to those two lines, and this will be the first gear, like before that. And like when you go all the way up, so it will be the fourth gear. So let's see if we can go one teeth that way. Okay, now as you can see, it's perfect. We have enough teeth here on the bottom and here, and it can easily move from the first gear to the fourth gear. So now once everything, like all is done, what we need to do, we just need to add the spring. Just make sure it would stay connected, it wouldn't jump out. So just add the spring, and that's it. There's also just another place for the second spring you can put here. I used to have it, but then I just realized I don't need it because this spring is completely enough. But if your spring is too soft, you can add one more spring here if you need, but just try to use only one spring. That would be like that way you have the less pressure on the whole mechanism, and that spring shouldn't be too soft and too strong. So if it gets like too soft, it wouldn't have enough like energy just to move back the gears. And if it's like too strong, so then it will be too much pressure on this part and on the plastic part, so it can just rip it off. Now I'm just going to add some silicone grease here on the spring. So don't be greedy, just add as much as you can. It will help to smoothly move like the gears. Just add also on the teeth, everywhere. Okay, once we are done, we can close our shifter and just see how it works. So okay, so this is the fourth gear and this is the first gear. It looks perfect. Now I'm just going to assemble and put it on the bike. So before putting back the wheel, we need to install the shifter itself. So how to install it? So you know, by default it's on the fourth gear, right? Whenever there is no pressure, there's a fourth gear. So we need to find the on that gear with the place with a bigger space, so we can fit this one with a dot. So as you can see, this one with a dot is the wider, and so obviously on the wheel would have the wider space on the gear. So we need to find it. So and that it's actually here. So once we find it, we need to put it right on the top. Now, like we have the tools with the dot, which are the fourth gear, and we need to put it right here. So we install that way. That's fine. So once we install, we need to move a little bit just to make sure. So it's inside. So once you're gonna feel it, like if it's inside or not. And once you move the gear, you will see like how like it's switching the gear and it's coming back. So that's it. So now we just need to put back the wheel in the same position and we can assemble the bike. One more thing I want to add: before putting back the wheel with the shifter, we need to install this Bosch with bolt. And what's really important here, you shouldn't tight. You shouldn't really tight it, because if you tight, it would give like, you have like unnecessary pressure on the shifter. So just slightly tight it, just very slightly. So not that, there shouldn't be any pressure there, because the pressure will not allow us switch the gears. So it should be kind of like not tight, loose, yeah, slightly loose I would say, yeah. So we need to put back there's the wheel. It could be a little bit tricky, but it's not that bad. Okay, once the chain is on, it will be easier to. Okay. Okay. So now if you have a 6-gear shifter, shifted all the way to the 6th gear, if you have like a Revo 4 gears shifter, just shift all the way to the 4th gear, so that cable needs to be released as much as possible. So once it's released, we need to go through that, we need to put it inside. Okay. Once it's here, so now after everything I got assembled, just what we need to do, we need to adjust the cable. And here you can see the small mark I marked, so that's the position of the last of the first gear, actually of the first gear, because from the fourth to the first gear, whenever we switch, it pulls the cable. So, and you can see, and now it's on the first gear, but it doesn't go all the way to the first gear, so we just need to adjust the cable slightly. So the way how I can adjust here, that's the one way. I just need to rotate. I guess it's called like a cable index adjuster, something like that. I have it on both sides, here and next to the, yeah, and here also I can also adjust it. It's convenient here if you have it here, so you can adjust it while biking. And now, as we can see, it goes all the way to the first gear. So now we need just to ride the bike and adjust. And while biking, you might need also some adjustment. So that's why it's convenient to have like a cable index adjuster here, and also on the handlebar, so you can adjust like while biking. And that's it. We just need to test it, and we are done.